What's going on, guys? It's Fizzy here, and I just want to talk about like my experience with using Adderall or ADHD medication, and just in general. Um, my personal experience, man. Like I've had some good times with Adderall, and I still use Adderall XRs. That's what I get recommend. That's what I get prescribed, and I get prescribed 25 milligrams. And to me, honestly, man, like without ADHD medication, dude, like my life was just completely shit. Like, I'll be honest, like I couldn't focus at work. I couldn't do anything just because I feel like, I've been on medications since I was like 5, which may seem bad now, but back then they didn't really know what the ramifications were. So, like, I suffered from depression a lot. My relationships are very shaky as well, just because I can't either I hyper focus on the person I'm dating and they lose interest, which happened with my um, recent ex, who meant a lot to me, still does, and I'm still trying to get through that whole deal, but eventually I'll get there. And, I don't have any ill will against that person or anything. So, but I don't know why I said that, but honestly, man, like, I feel like everybody that has ADHD has felt some form of like maybe neglect or not a lot of people pay attention to them or anything like that. And I've talked to like professional higher up AMs and some professional players from back in the day that would tell me like people are taking this and this, and it's like I was mind blown when I heard the amounts that people were taking, which is very common to take like about 80 milligrams of XR Adderalls, or 100. I heard somebody's taking 120 milligrams of Vyvanse, which is insane. Like, that's not a very healthy dosage at all. And I wouldn't recommend that because you're going to skyrocket your dopamine to like crazy amounts of levels to where you'll never be able to recover, or it'll take a long time to recover from that, dopamine wise. So you probably fuck yourself up, your mental health especially too. But, for me personally, man, I don't see anything wrong with esports athletes using Adderall or anything like that, just because of the studies I've looked at. Haven't really proven that it makes your reaction time any faster. If anything, it just makes you play the game more, which could definitely help with predicting where players are going to be, spawns and stuff like that, or just have a higher interest in the game itself. And there's no amount of Adderall or dopamine that could ever make me want to play Halo Infinite at the stage that it's at. So, like, obviously, it's not everybody's the same type deal. So, me personally, man, like, I look at Adderall as if it's like a supplement. In my life, it's pretty much just a supplement. I do take 2 days off, once a month to maybe twice a month. Just depends on how I feel. If I feel like it's not working anymore, I take a couple days off and then I go back on it. But going off of it is the worst, dude. Like, I recently just did that. And if you guys haven't noticed, my streams have been very short just because I'm just like so fucking tired. And it makes you so tired, dude. Like, just not being on it is such a drag to be like so exhausted all the time. Just because you're not having that surge of dopamine anymore. And people with ADHD have very low dopamine. So a lot of them become, there's a higher statistic of us becoming criminals to feed our, I don't know, like that dopamine part where you like feel like you're getting adrenaline and stuff. And just the people that become drug addicts are normally have some form of mental health or even ADHD as well. So that's a big statistic there. I've never gotten into like hard drugs or anything like that. I just never fucked around with that kind of stuff. Just because I knew like my personality is very addictive. So if I like something a lot, I won't be able to stop. So, and I'll be honest, man, I have abused Adderall in the past, and I don't recommend doing that. There are major side effects that you have. Like me personally, from the amount that I was using 4 times a day. I'd break up my 30 milligram pills into 7.5 milligram pills and take that 4 times a day. So I'd be up like 16 hours a day. And then caffeine on top of that. I have developed shakes in my hands. And, that's from taking the Adderall and abusing it. So I don't recommend it, especially if you're young. Get a prescription, dude. Like, honestly, that's where I think everybody messes up, is everybody's buying these pills, which Halo community, COD community back in the day was very known for, you could just go up to somebody and ask, hey, you got Adderall, and you could buy it from somebody there, which I don't recommend because you don't know what the fuck they're getting their shit from, or even if it's like legit. It could literally be like, I don't know, PCP or some shit. I don't know what kids are, or some form of that. So honestly, man, it's just not recommended to go out of your way to buy any type of substances like that. Just go to a doctor if you think you have ADHD and get it legally. Don't be buying it from some random dude at the event that you're at. And, I feel like people are really scared to come out about their Adderall usage just because it's very stigmatized, and it's not. You shouldn't be afraid of, like, I'm saying all the time on my streams that yes, I use Adderall. And if somebody asks me like, what dosage do you use, I'll tell them, and I just don't want people hurting themselves, because I don't want to like sit here and lie to people and say like, nah, man, I don't use Adderall. I would never do that. It's just the rogue energy I take. Like, bro, that's so fucking whack to me. It's so whack to do that. And especially people that do that, like sell G Fuel, which by the way, G Fuel is probably the worst gaming supplement on the market. Like Rogue Energy, even though I'm like I have an affiliate with them, but honestly, like overall product quality, they have the best product. Like if we're talking dosages, if we're just talking overall, like just the amounts of product in it versus like what you're paying, it is so high quality versus like G Fuel. So I recommend using Rogue Energy if you're under the age of 18 and you can't get Adderall legally, then just use caffeine. And there's some products you can use. Like I've talked about this in my Hook video, where you can buy, it's called 1,3-dimethylamine, aka DMA, or you can get DMHA, which are pretty much synthetic amphetamines. They're made originally for like sinus issues. So they work. Like I've used them 100%. I agree that they do work. I've had people that I know use them and they get the same effect as like somebody with Adderall would get. Do I recommend using that? Of course not. Like stay far away from amphetamines or any base form of amphetamines as much as possible. Nootropics though, I would look into nootropics if you really want to gain an advantage or something. Nootropics are very good. I think nootropics are pretty safe. There's a lot of like websites you can go to, like Nootropic Depot and stuff like that. So I recommend just doing that if you're going to really go that route. But, I just think there's a big stigma around like ADHD now, where everybody just thinks you have to be on Addy and you have to be popping Addies like crazy, which is not true, man. It's just kind of whack to me that people say automatically like, oh yeah, you're just on Adderall. Like, I'm not the best gamer in the world, guys. Like, I'll be honest. That's why I'm a coach. And, I just know my place in the community of Halo. And I'm going to keep on calling people out. Like, if there's bullshit I see going on and behind the scenes and I feel like it needs a video, I will say it. So I appreciate you guys coming by. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.